Every time I'm about to come up, it just falls apart.
I'll break you out this. You think I'm joking?
Man, oh man. So Fatima is really talking about pulling a prison break to get her boo out of jail. Let's be honest here. It's kind of sexy, but at the same time, this is the wrong move. I know Zatima fans are going to be like, well, Zach doesn't deserve to be locked up, blah, 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 blah. No, it's stupid because Fatima is pulling the same stupid stunt that Zach did when he beat up Hayden. Remember, Fatima told Andy not to tell Zach how and why she got arrested because Zach would try to kill that fool. And he did, leading him being locked up now. And him not knowing he's on probation because Tyler Perry writing and the fact that it doesn't make sense, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. He's looking at a possible 10 to 15. But based on the promo for next week, when Robin's talking to Andy and the synopsis about Hayden being suspicious about how Zach keeps avoiding jail time and how he's looking at the airport footage, probably when the character Tony, the female, you know, the woman who gave Zach the stock information, met up with him. You know, he's probably looking into that to try to dig deep on how to really secure Zach's prison time. So I'm thinking Robin does get Zach out in this episode. If not this episode, the next one. But regardless, it's going to be soon. Because he's asking Andy, so why are you willing to stick out your neck for this guy? Do you trust him? Are you sleeping with him? Do you think he's going to run? Basically asking the hard-hitting questions. I mentioned this in my episode trailer breakdown, not promo breakdown, that even though there have been a couple of times where Zach got arrested under false pretenses because of setups and whatnot, he doesn't have the best track record because Robin is calling in favors from these powerful people and, you know, Andy's doing what she can. And remember, if Zach gets arrested again, there's a good chance he might not get out because if you have people at the level of an Andy and above her Robin doing all they can to get him out of this predicament, it's highly unlikely he'll be able to get out the next time unless, of course, he has his own connections at that point because I don't see any way possible Robin will be willing to get Zach out of jail again if he F's up, you know, especially if it's outside of the realm of Hayden. So Fatima did mention to, I think, Andy before, or was it Zach? It was a few episodes ago, that she has people on the inside that can get him out. So it's quite possible that Fatima, it ain't playing around. She can get Zach out of jail. But with him having charges pressed by the likes of a Hayden, who is a lawyer, who has connections, there's no way he wouldn't know about Zach's, you know, getting broke out, and he would do everything he could to make sure it was posted all across the media that Zach was on the run. He does have money. Fatima does have connections, so it's debatable. You could argue that he could definitely go underground, but that's no way to live. You know, that's just a, you know, especially when you feel like you've been the one who's been wronged, yet you're the one who has to peek over your shoulder to make sure, you know, nobody is trying to get you. So I think Fatima's going to say it, but I think Zach hopefully is the one to talk some sense into her, because there is that moment where in the promo we see Fatima sitting in the waiting area of the jail with, you know, Andy with her hand on her shoulder trying to comfort her. So I hope that Zach talks sense in her. Now you could say that, well, is Fatima saying this while Andy's in the room? Obviously, I don't think she's going to say this when D.A. Jefferson is in there, but Andy is going to step out to get on the phone, so it's quite possible that she is right outside of the door on the phone with Robin while Fatima's in the room alone with Zach, and he's like, you know, every time it feels like I'm trying to come up, it all falls apart. I can bust you out of here. You think I'm playing? So, yeah, I really hope that either, you know, Zach talks sense into her, like, no, you know what, let's try to do this Andy's way and see if it really works out, you know, because it would really show some growth on his end. Or Zach would be like, you know what, do what you gotta do, babe. And then Andy comes back into the room. Okay, Robin says he has one last trick that should work. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But it just shows you how, man, these two are really willing to put their selves on the line for their significant other. While that is touching, sometimes you got to look at it logically. That's just my opinion. I know some people think this is incredibly romantic, like, oh my God, Zatima are goals. I'm more looking at the long-term ramifications of this. And I wonder how Andy's going to react to the child support news, because we only got a glimpse of it at the end of the episode. But I hope somebody mentions, but what about a DNA test? Is it his son? How come nobody made him aware he was on probation? It's just so many questions that I hope are asked before we get to a just random assumption, or, you know, oh yeah, 10 to 15, that's the best we could do. So thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on Fatima breaking Zach out. She's not going to do it. I think she can, but I think Zach is going to get out, so that's not an issue. So again, as always, every video, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. And I'll catch you in the next one.